Gavin Newsom is upset, saying that the media is not treating him fairly, nor is the media treating Democrats fairly. When I'm pretty sure the last 4 years that the media has been trashing the right side of the political spectrum and any one of Trump or Trump's allies that they possibly can. My name's Tom, reporting with the Daily Beltway. If it's your first time here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the breaking news. Reporting with trending politics, absurd greasy Gavin complains that the media isn't nice enough to Democrats. Yeah, right. Given that the leftist talking heads on CNN, MSNBC, NBC, and all other mainstream media outlets went absolutely berserk about Trump starting in 2015 and then began a media jihad against them and all of his supporters that has continued through today, it would be fair to assume that the media is in fact on the side of the left, just like we thought, Gavin. If it was not, then you'd be seeing more concern about the FBI raiding the homes and offices of the leader of the political opposition and allies, like the jackbooted thugs of some tin pot dictatorship in the global south. As lefties like to refer to the slums of the world, if the media were not on the side of the left, you might more frequently hear it compare the thriving Trump economy to the Biden disaster. Absolutely. The low gas prices of his presidency against the pain at the pump today, and the general peace abroad compared to the outbreak of war in Europe. But California Governor Greasy Gavin Newsom doesn't seem to get that. In his view, the media is actually not fair enough to the left and is helping not the left, but the right brainwash Americans, because apparently people like Brian Stelter and Don Lemon are right-wing activists, I would say. Well, not Stelter, he's been fired. But I mean, you get the point, right? Newsom made that comment about the media needing to help Democrats more when speaking to MSNBC host Alex Wagner, framing the culture wars as something the right has foisted on the left because of its messaging problems. It's not just a messaging problem, but a messaging problem that has persisted in our party for years and years. We allow these culture wars to take shape, and we are constantly on the back end. I mean, pretty sure that the leftists are pushing those culture wars to try to destroy every facet of American life that they can. But, well, continuing, he pretended like the right has a monopoly on the anger machine of media, calling the conservative media ruthless, and saying the propaganda networks and the anger machine, which of course the right dominates, and we have nothing respectfully, nothing comparable. These guys are ruthless on their side, ruthless on the other side. The primetime lineup by Fox, they are ruthless. I also want to add that they are hilarious, and the monologues that come out of Tucker Carlson and everybody else really stick it up the butt of these liberal lunatics. He continued by saying, they dominate the most important thing in American politics today, and that's the narrative. Facts become secondary to narrative. They dominate with illusion. We are getting crushed. He does have a point that with Tucker, Waters, and Hannity are crushing the competition, but that's not for lack of trying on the part of the lefty MSM networks, which is mainstream media, which have their own primetime lineups. They're just not as good, and so constantly get smashed in the ratings. I mean, if you look at CNN's ratings lately, they're literally in the dumpster. I mean, they're like swirling around the toilet of society and about to go down. Their new CEO is firing people left and right, and they're trying to bring more of a middle, I guess, of the road approach to when it comes to news, which I hope that every mainstream media source would go back to the middle and report both sides fairly, because I think everybody in America, including myself, is sick and tired of this absolute insanity being pushed out by the left-wing nut jobs trying to force a civil war or whatever else that they're trying to do. I'm going to get back to the news. Newsom also acted like the right's the only side that engages in demonization of the other side, which is rich, coming at a time when the president calls the opposition semi-fascists. He went on saying, this desperate demonization has political benefits. It worked. It works situationally, and that's what is so bad. But now it's weaponized at a whole another level with this feedback loop on social media. I mean, he's right. When you look at the president coming out and saying that 74 million Americans were right-wing extremists and threats to domestic security, then followed up by his press secretary, KJP, Karine Jean-Pierre, talking about how the Republicans are the biggest threat that America's facing. And now you've got hundreds of different lefty activists out there saying that right-wingers are terrorists. In North Dakota, you got somebody that ran over a kid because he was a Republican. The guy turned himself into the police and said that, oh, he was a domestic threat. Why don't you come claim his body? Didn't even consider the fact that he just murdered somebody. He thought he was doing the right thing because that's what the narrative was that President Biden was pushing. But I digress. But yeah, it's okay, Gavin. We'll just say, look at that little sad face. The media is not fair to him. The media, I think, especially when it comes to social media and other networks out there, they're really pushing the down the middle narrative, and they're exposing the left because the leftist media, the mainstream guys, are not showing the actual news. They're showing it through a filtered dystopian view that they want to shove down Americans' throats. Again, my name is Tom. I'm with Daily Beltway. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Love to see you come around again. Thank you.